Hello everyone. I'm Lauren and welcome to my channel, Fab Faith Beauty, where we are cultivating beauty from the inside out. New subscribers, hey there. I am so happy to have you all. So I want to dive right into this review, but at the same time, I feel like there's so much going on in our world right now that I can't not say something or speak to all of the chaos that we're experiencing. And I'm gonna make this short, but what I want to say is this. You guys know that, like, I always end my videos by saying, I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're happy, healthy, well, and blessed. And I'm actually going to say that now. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are happy, healthy, well, and blessed. I know that between COVID-19 and really, the excessive police brutality that America is seeing, and just all of the changes that are happening all over the world, it's a lot. I know that it's a lot, and I just I want you guys to be encouraged and know that even with all the change, God is still God. Even with all the change, God is still in control. Understand and know that the world is changing around us, and for the better in a lot of ways. But even still, none of the change is changing our God, because He is the same God yesterday, today, and forevermore. Okay, so that's one thing that we can remain steadfast in, is our faith at this time, and knowing that God is still in control. God is still on the throne, and there is nothing that's happening as far as He's concerned that's an oversight. There's nothing that He has missed. If He knows the number of hairs on my head and your head, and that's the word, that's Bible, y'all, that means there's nothing that He's missing. Like, He knows what's going on. He knows the beginning and He knows the end and everything in between. I think I've said that in videos before, but it's so true. And it's just something that I hope that we all can remember during this time of great change. And I know that a lot of people are just afraid, even racism itself is built on fear. Like, there's just this is another video, y'all. Like, I'm not even trying to take it in the direction that it's going. But I had to say this because those of you that have been subscribers to my channel for a while know that this channel is about being fabulous. It's also about being faith-filled, and that's a big part of why I started the channel in the first place, is because I wanted to encourage other women, like myself. And so just wanted to quickly encourage you guys to know that it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. God has got us. Trust me and believe and know. When I say that when when you endure change, like massive change, and you can still find God in the middle of it, even when you can't see what's ahead of you, that that is a time when you can really deepen your relationship, deepen your walk, deepen your prayer life. Okay, and I'm speaking from a place of like, y'all, like, the reason why y'all haven't had but like 2 videos from me in like a year is because of the very deep and some very intimate changes that have happened in my own life. And through that, it has only served to really push me even closer to God. Okay, and so I just encourage you, like, in these times of uncertainty, know that, like, one thing is certain is that God is still God, and He's still gonna be God. And He's serious with us, so I would just encourage you, like, if you haven't read the book of Revelations, read it, because you guys, we're going through a lot of that. End time prophecy is being fulfilled even right now. This is the time. This is the time. Thank you, Jesus. This is the time that if you need to reconnect with God, this is the time to do it. This is the time if you want to refresh and renew your relationship with Him, this is the time to do it. if you have not yet made him the Lord and Savior of your life, if you have not confessed with your mouth and believed with your heart that Jesus is Lord, this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it, okay? I'm going to move on to the review now. I just wanted to just say some words of encouragement. I just did not feel right to even go into this without addressing what's happening in our world right now, y'all. Okay. Anyway, and if you are a teacher and watching this, which you probably are, you've probably fast forwarded through all that talking that I did. Welcome to the channel. I'll say it again. Welcome to Fab Faith Beauty, where we are cultivating beauty from the inside out. And yeah, today's video is a little bit different. I'm going to review a teacher planner. You guys, I can't wait to do my life update for you. And I'm a teacher, okay? I'm a teacher now, and I'll talk more about that then. But I just invested in a new planner for the 2020-2021 school year, and I think it's so like thorough that I was like, I have to share this, because if you are a new teacher, if you're a veteran teacher, you probably don't even need all this. But if you're a new teacher like me and you're worried about like, am I gonna remember all the things? You probably, yeah, you might want to check this planner out. So this is from a company called For the Love of Pie, and I'm super excited about the fact that they're actually based out of Kentucky, and I am from Kentucky, and I did not even know that they are a Kentucky-based company until I received the product in the mail. So anyhow, let me show you the box that it came in. It came in this box, and so adorable. So it came in this box, and here it says planning easy as pie. I love it, you guys. Okay, I'm dorking out, but y'all get it. Easy as pie. And then right here, be inspired. So if you're into like super cute packaging, yeah. Now, this is the planner itself. And there are several designs that you can choose from on these planners. And honestly, that's what took me the longest in terms of like figuring out how I wanted my planner configured. It was the whole thing. It was like all about what was this gonna be like? What design did I want? So many cute ones, but I chose this one, and it says every storm is followed by a rainbow. Just, I don't know. You know, teaching is not an easy profession to be in, you guys. And I think it's rewarding though, but I think there are those days for sure where you need like some inspiration, and I just love that. And really for me, teaching is like the rainbow at the end of a storm. So I might talk about that too in my life update. But yeah, so you can personalize it here. I've got my name. So Miss last name. If you know me personally, you know my last name. If you don't, you don't, because I do like to keep some things private. But then 2021. So when you open the planner, it's going to look like this. And this is the website that you'll visit if you're interested in checking out the teacher planner For the Love of Pie. And this is the first page, so you'll put your name in there, obviously. And as you open it up, you will see, and I'm trying to peek over this so you guys can see, but you'll see that you get your year-long overview for like the school year. So it starts with July 2020, and I believe it goes all the way to July of 2021. Or is it June of 2021? Let me double check, you guys. Yeah, I think it goes to June of 2021. So you have your year-long overview. And then you have some pages that you can use to jot down important notes or important happenings in your classroom for every month. This is really nice paper too, you guys. It's really smooth, really heavy paper. So this page here, following that one, is going to have like student birthdays. So you have 2 pages for student birthdays, which of course you want to jot those. And I like to put them up too in the classroom. It's just really cute for the kids to build that community. So here, and I don't know, see if the sun's blocking. Maybe you guys can see better. So you've got a goal setting sheet, and I really like this. You guys, what this actually reminded me of is like, okay, it reminds me it reminds me of like when you're planning a lesson, for instance. Okay, you have like a target or a goal you want students to meet, or maybe multiple goals within a lesson, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. You know, when you're planning a lesson and you're trying to like plan for student misconceptions, I don't know, like whoever, I don't know the woman's name that's like over this company, or like who puts these together, but amazing. Like she's brilliant. So when you do your goal, you'll write it here, but then she's got like an area for you to write your purpose, or like the reason why you have the goal, your motivation, what's your motivation, and then any challenges. And that's what it reminded me of, like just the fact of like when you're planning something and when you have a goal, it's so important to think about what are the challenges that I'm going to face as I work towards this goal, because sometimes our goals can be major and they can be lofty, and not lofty in the sense that we can't achieve them, because y'all know, if y'all watched any of my other encouragement videos, how I feel about faith, and you know that God is able to meet us where our faith is and take us beyond and take us above. When I say he's done it for me, I'm telling y'all the truth. I've seen him do it, but it, you know, sometimes we don't think about the challenges that we might face as we're on the way to trying to meet that goal. And I just think that's so cool that she has that there. That challenges section reminds me of like of student misconceptions when you're planning lessons. So anyway, you have several pages, several places to jot down a few goals that you have for the school year. Okay. And then as you go into the actual calendar months, you are going to have, every month is going to have like an kind of an overview sheet like this. And I like that it's not super detailed, but it is like strategically, you got different boxes that are separated so you can organize it how you see fit and fill it in how you want to. Okay. But then you've got the month of July, and you get your monthly overview. Okay. Like standard calendar. And then you're going to go into your actual like, you know, planning portion. So basically like what you would be teaching in the month of July. So, and that's going to look like this. And there are several options in terms of how you, or like how many spaces you need based on like, you know, your school day and what you're going to be teaching. So for, you can choose up to, I think 8 subjects, and I might be wrong. You'll have to double check me, but mine is for 7 subjects. So, basically, you know, you're going to get each week planned out like this. So the first Monday in July starts on the 29th. And then I've got my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 subjects. So, I mean, whatever, you know, subjects that you're going to be teaching. I don't know, this could be ELA, this could be math, and this could be STEAM, creative writing, you know, whatever, however your day looks, you know, it's that, all that is blank for you to fill in as you see fit. Okay. And then you have this section here for anything important happening in this week, and then anything that you need to add to a checklist for the week. And every month is set up just like that. So August is the same way. You get your overview, and then you're going to get your planning. So for instance, here's the week of the 24th. Okay. Same thing. And once again, I love that you get to choose how many subjects you need based on your classroom. And so I'm going to go through and skip through. We don't need to look at like every month. They're all the same. You have this section here, and this is the teacher tab. And here, once again, just blank for you to fill in however you want to. And then you have a section for passwords, which are all important because no one likes to be ready to log in to an app or a website and not have the necessary passwords. And so here, like I have a personal planner, and that's where I keep like all of my passwords and things, but I would definitely use this for my students and plan to use it for them. So obviously you just put the website, the username, password, and any notes pertaining to that. Then you have this section here for the class schedule. And I love that she has multiple spaces here because that happens to change a lot. At least at my school, the schedule can vary. And so it's just nice to have more than one place to write a class schedule. Okay, so another class schedule page. And then here we have a page completely devoted to logging professional development, because as we know, we are always wanting to grow and get better as teachers. And so for the professional development page, you can list the date and time, and then the type of professional development you attended or the name of the event, the location, and then the hours. I know that some teachers are required to log an actual certain number of hours of professional development, and in this case, this is going to be really helpful for you. So there's that. And then we get to events and trips. And so obviously just any field trips you've got planned, any special events, or like even for me, I put like any in-class things that are going to be happening, any in-school events like the Black History Month program or anything like that, I would probably put that here. Yeah, any events or field trips. And then here is the conference schedule. So I know most teachers make up, you make up your own little cute sign to put on the door of your conference schedule, and so that parents know, what time their conference is when they come to the school. But if you need just a basic one to go off of, here's one. And it's just got, the date and time, the student's name, the parent or family member's name, and then a summary. So what you can do, like, honestly, like, yeah, this is probably, I would not use this like on my classroom door, but I would use this for myself, just so that I know, like, this is who's coming for this student and this is the time. And then I like that the summary part is here so that you can kind of make a note of the outcome of the conference. Okay. And you get 1, 2, 3, I want to say there's like 4 sheets of this, you guys. Okay, yeah. And then here's the teacher expenses page. Super important because many of us get reimbursed by our schools for anything that we buy for the classroom. And even if you don't, you still want to keep record of this because there are tax write-offs for teachers and the expenses that they incur during the school year, okay? So in here, it just says like the date, what you bought, how much it cost, and then total cost, total reimbursed. Yeah, you have a place for a balance and any notes. So if you really, really need to keep track of that, it's a great way to do it. 2 pages of that, and then you get a pacing guide. And I want to say there are like 2 or 3 pages of pacing guides here. So if you're at a school where you are the one pacing out the curriculum, then this is going to be super helpful for you. I like that she gives you plenty of, depending on how long your unit is. I don't know if you're going to teach a unit that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks long. I mean, you could. I wrote a social studies unit this past year, and it was like, I don't know, I think it was like 4 weeks long. So you might not need to use like all this space, but it's just nice to have. So you would just obviously list like the week. So like week 1, and then what they would be doing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for that particular unit of study. Yeah, so really helpful. And yeah, I just like that things are blank here because as we know, like you may not even, like some subjects you don't touch on every day in your classroom. And so you may not even need like a Tuesday or a Thursday. You may only be teaching social studies Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It could be something like that. So you just have options, and don't we all love options? So pacing guide, what else? So just some general checklists, just some basic checklists that are good to have. Oops. So you have a checklist here, and just write down what's important and any to-dos. And then when you get to the students tab, you are going to find a contact list. So the contact list, of course, all important. I'm just going to put the student's name, contact, who you would contact for them, the relationship to them, the phone number, and email address. And I like that this whole thing seems to be thought out really well. There's really nothing, I just don't think there's anything missed. So going further into like parent communication, you just have the opportunity to date and time anytime you've communicated with a student's parent or family member, and then you list who you talk to, and then the type of communication. And yeah, I just like that you can select whether, they may have come to the school. So maybe you saw them in person. Maybe you sent some communication home via backpack or something, sent a letter home. Maybe you called or you emailed. Okay. And what else? Oh, a volunteer list is also included. I told y'all, she thought of everything For the Love of Pie. She's amazing. But yeah, so volunteer list. And so just anytime you're going to be having volunteers in the classroom, you want to know who they are and how to reach them. And then for student health. So anytime you have a student that has any type of health requirement or need, you just keep track of that. And I think that's really important to do because, I don't know, that makes me nervous thinking about, you have to be responsible for, a student, taking their medicine at a certain time, whatever. Like, you want to make sure you have all that written down. And then here you have the accommodations. This is probably the most exciting part of this planner for me, because I just feel like as a teacher, like as a new teacher, one of the things that's really been impressed to me in my learning about how to effectively reach students, and you guys, you might be hearing my stomach growl, but how to effectively reach students is to make necessary accommodations. And so this page is really devoted to students who maybe need a medical accommodation. Maybe they have an IEP or a 504, and that's fine. But I mean, there are times where students may not even fall into these categories, but we can still make accommodations for them. And I just think that that should be that's part of good teaching. Just making sure we can reach students on their level, So anyway, yep, you have a couple pages devoted to that. So you just list the student's name, what type of accommodation they need, and then detail it, how you're gonna make their accommodations in the classroom, what you're gonna do for any testing accommodations that they might need, and then any notes as well. So then here you have student data. So when you're tracking student data, you know how that goes, you guys. You want to make sure you're keeping a record of things, and it just depends. Everybody tracks differently, and some people don't need to track their student data like this. Sometimes the data is tracked for you, depending on your school. So seating plans. So if you are one of those people that wants to plan your classroom to scale, here you go. Here you go, girl. Or here you go, boy. You got to look. However it looks. You can literally plan your classroom to scale with these seating plan sheets. So I think that's really cool and helpful. And then notes. Any notes that you have. And just y'all, notes pages. Plenty of notes pages. If you're like me, a note taker, I could have had half of this thing could have been full of notes, because I take lots of notes. Then the very last thing in this planner is the easy grader. So who doesn't want an easier way to grade? And so yeah, this chart is just based on the possible correct and then the actual correct. So you just follow the chart. So if you created a quiz with 17 questions on it, and the student got, let's see, say they got 13 right out of 17, then they had a 76%. They got a 76%, okay, on that quiz. I mean, for those of you that grade like that, that is going to be helpful for you. So yeah, this is the planner from For the Love of Pie. I really, really like it. I'm looking forward to using it. This is the back of the planner. I didn't get a chance to show you that. So you do have some artwork on the front and the back. And I was already I think that's ink or something. I was looking at this and figuring out how I was going to use it. So got some stuff on it. But yeah, you guys, remember, every storm does bring about a rainbow. Even the storms that we're going through right now, trust me, there is going to be sunshine after this. It's ironic. It's just really funny to me how I've been able to find sunshine even in the midst of the storm. It's there. It's there. We just have to look for it. So anyway, thank you all for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that if you're looking for a good planner, that this was helpful for you. As teachers, we need all the help that we can get. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're happy, healthy, well, and blessed. And I will see you all next time.